So welcome everyone, and we're going to do a festive card. I mean, I don't tend to show what I'm doing to start with. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. Sometimes I think, oh, it's nice to have a surprise and find out what I make. But then, do you like to know and have a look at what I make at the beginning? Hi, Jane. I'm not sure. So I'm going to keep you in suspense again, I think, because I think that's a bit fun. But we're going to, yes, it's going to be a festive card, but we're going to do a bit of geometry. So bear with us, don't disappear. I know it's a bit maths related, but I think it could be a bit of fun as well. Okay, so where do we start? I've got a piece of card here. Well, I've actually got a piece of paper because I'm going to do some different steps to make it a bit quicker. But you need to grab a piece of card, and it's about 5x7 size. Hi, Cindy. So I've marked out the centre point, but slightly above. It doesn't really matter. I just thought I'd have a bit more room down here because I think it makes it a bit easier. Because we're going to work with the circles. And I've got two sets here. I've got the tonic ones, which I really love. And what I love about these is that they've got the notches around them, which you can find the centre point with. And I've always loved that about the tonic dies. But I kind of want to use the Elizabeth Craft Designs ones, because I know a few people watching might have these. And I've just discovered that they're a good size as well. And I'm picking out, well, leaving the biggest two and then picking out the next two. I'm going to work with those. So I'll put that back to one side. I'll get rid of the tonic ones. Okay, Franca, is that how you say your name? Hiya. Right, so what I did to start with is I grabbed both of these circle dies and I'm just laying them on my mat here because I do need those notches. I do need to find out where to find the centre of the circle. So I'm just placing it so that this line here is in the middle. Can't see. Shall I move it up there? So I'm going to go with this line. So I'm just placing it just so I can see around the edge where it lies. So I'll go for there and there. And then what I'm just doing is I'm just marking with a pencil where those centre line marks are going to be. And the same thing with this one, the smaller one as well, marking the centre line. Once I've done that, I'm all good to go. Hi, Jane. Hi, Chris. Can you see okay? I might zoom in a bit more. I'll see how I go. Right, so I've got this piece of paper here, which should be a piece of card, and I've just marked the centre because we're going to use our circle sort of roughly about there. Now, this is a good technique to use with a compass, but I don't have a compass. I'm a crafter. So I thought maybe you might have circle dies more so than a compass as well. I know my son had one, but I don't think he's got it anymore. I think he used it for other things, but we won't go there. Right, so first thing to do is to place the biggest one, the biggest circle, so it's got that cross there right in the centre. So measure these marks up with the lines, and we're just going to draw around the inside. So we're making a template. And this template is, I think, it's a good size. I've done it this size because it works with A6 and slightly bigger. And obviously it fits nice on this 5x7 as well, sort of size. Okay, so once we've done that, we then need to make this point here at the bottom our centre. So I'm just going to draw a line. I might have to pull it down so I can see. Draw a line. I'm using the edge of my paper as well to get it straight. There's not much measuring involved here. So then what I need to do is to then place my circle die so this point here is in the centre, like that. And then I'm just going to put a little mark on the side here where it dissects into this circle. There. Now if you drew, make this point a centre line, which I'll quickly do. Now if you have an idea of what I'm doing, this is a good way of creating a hexagon, quite an accurate hexagon shape with using circles. So now that would be my centre point for this same circle, which is, shall I measure it? Shall I measure it and just say, so I've done the inside, so it's, this one measures 9.2 centimetres. Oh no, sorry, 9.7 centimetres roughly. So now if I make that my centre point on this circle and place that there and then do another mark there, then these three marks here will be the side of a hexagon, and then you'd carry on for another two, and you could easily create a hexagon by using the circles. Are you with me? Do you get what I'm on about? Hi Hayley, hi Beverly, hi Candy. But I don't want to create a hexagon, I actually want to create a 7-sided polygon, which is a heptagon or a septagon. It's got two names. So I need this distance to be a bit shorter because I want to create 7 sides around the circle and not the 6. So a clever way of creating a heptagon out of the circle is to use this point here, okay? And so I want to create this measurement here as the radius for my going round the edge, okay? But this is going to be too big, you see, because it's slightly bigger circle. So if you grab another circle from your nesting dies that's roughly this distance here as the radius, which will go across there for the diameter, if I get this lined up, it's good enough there. This one, can't see because the light's shining on it. There, you see. So it's hitting that point and it's going across the middle and across the other side as the diameter. So this is the next size down. So I'm going to use this circle. Okay. So what I now need to do is to go back to this point at the bottom with this smaller circle and line it up, and then make a mark on my circle, original circle, here on the inside again. So it is a little bit shorter. So now all we need to do is to put our centre lines in for this position. Oh, moved my paper. There. I'm using these other lines up against my ruler to get it as accurate as I can. Okay, so that's now my new corner. So then I do the same thing with this smaller, that's it, not that one, make sure it's this lower one. So I'm measuring or lining up this circle as that's my centre point. So then I put a mark in up there. And then you do your centre lines again. I mean, I think it's slightly quicker with a compass, to be fair. Because what you do, you put the compass on this point, open it up so the pencil reaches there, and then you can just mark all the way around. But this works as well. So this is my new centre point. So place my circle on these lines here. Okay, I know it's a bit boring to watch, but I think it's a nice effect that we're going to end up with. Okay, so there we have our next one. And then we measure or line up that one. And do the same again, repeat this process. So as long as you've got 3 of these lines, I mean this one's going off the page, but as long as you've, well, and that one, but it's nearly there. we're losing it because we're going towards the top. But as long as you've got at least 2 or 3 lines, if possible, lined up, then it's okay. So this one should meet there. So I'm slightly out, but it should meet there. And if it does roughly, you know you're on a good course. Okay. Hi Charmaine, Samantha, Jackie Jasper. Hi Jackie, thanks for joining me. Hiya. Good afternoon. Good lunchtime. I think it's just after 6 AM in America. So I don't suppose anyone will be watching from America. It's a bit early. So if you do that process all the way round, you end up with this. Can you see my lines okay? I mean, there's quite a few lines. I've done them deeper so you can see them. So it looks a bit of a mess, but it's a geometry lesson to start with. You can also always do this centre line a bit deeper and then do these lines more lightly. So the next thing to do is to join our points together to create the sides of our heptagon, our 7-sided polygon. There, that one's already done for me. So join all those points up. This is the kind of maths I like anyway, dealing with shapes, geometry. Okay, so then the next thing to do is to, we have got 7, haven't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yes. The next thing we need to do is to find the centre point of these lines. They're roughly about 4 centimetres long. So we find the centre point, that one's, we should be there, should be about on there. It's okay, because we need to draw some lines from the points to the centre. Easily done with a hexagon because you can just follow the points, but with the 7-sided shape it doesn't quite work, because when you go through a point across to the centre, you end up halfway through the line opposite. So it's not quite so easy to draw. But once you've got this centre mark, then you can go ahead and draw all your lines, because we want to create a star. I do like stars at Christmas. I want a star template, that's already done for me, to use. So we're one short, aren't we? That's because I haven't measured the centre of that one. It's about there. Okay. Are you still with me? Are you still watching? Hi, Gabriella. Hello. Okay. So now, have I got... The next thing to do is we need to cut some areas out. Now I don't want to cut exactly on the lines. I want to cut, say, I don't know, a couple mil. So draw a line a couple of mil out from the original line. Okay, so go round and do that. I won't bother doing all of them. And then what we need to do is to measure the middle of, we're going to work from this line that we've done the little couple of millimetres across from. Now we need to measure the middle of this line. So that's about 5, 2.5. That's it, like there. And then we need to, actually I've done that the wrong side. Yeah, I want to, okay, let's go and use that line as the straight line, and then we'll find the middle of this one. It'll all become clear. Okay, actually we'll do it an inner line for all of them. That might be better. Let's do an inner line for all of them, and then we know where we are. Okay, so on every line, draw another line either side of it, a few mil in. This doesn't have to be exactly correct. Okay, can you see what I mean? Oh, you are good suffering this geometry lesson to start with. I know it could be a bit boring, but well done for watching and hanging on in there. So from this point here then, from this point here, we need to draw another line to the centre, but make it to the centre of that outer line. Okay, like that. And then we're left with like a shape, triangular shape. So pretend that's the centre. I'm just going to draw it in like that. Oh no, leave that one. Leave that one. Don't have to do all the segments, every other segment. So pretended I measured that. So it'd be there, leave that one. There, leave that one. I'm just roughly drawing it now. Leave that one. So it's every other one. Okay. So it creates like a fan shape. And then what you can do is you can cut out these triangular shapes from your card, creating our stencil. Easy to do with a craft knife. And if you've got a scalpel blade, that's even better. I do think scalpel blades are far more better and accurate at cutting than a craft knife. And if you like hand cutting like this, then try and get yourself a scalpel blade, because they're like an extension to your finger. You've got loads of control, I find. You're still there? Great, thanks Lynette. So go all the way round, and I've done that for my template that I've done out of card here. I think it's worth it. I kind of really like this, and you've got so many possibilities now to use this, and I'll show you how we're going to use it. So I've got a square card here, which it will fit nicely, roughly there then. 5.5, 11, 5.5. So it's about there. Okay, so place your template in the middle, about there. Let's get it square as well. It's square, and then I'm just got with a sharp pencil, just draw all those triangles. Yeah, which does look like a fan, doesn't it? Are you asking me any questions? Or are you talking amongst yourselves? Facebook is buffeting. Oh, is it? Is the sound a bit dodgy? Oh, it stopped. Oh, lost for a minute. Oh, I hope my son's not mucking about with the internet. Let me check what the iPad's doing up here. It seems to be still running. Seems to be still running. I'll carry on. Hopefully you can catch up later. Is it all right now? Hopefully it is. I'm here, thank you. Is it all right, Lynette? Hi, Louise. Hi. Is it all right? Can you still see me and hear me? This back section. Okay, just cutting. Oh, get that one to work. The pointed section. My fan bits, and then I'm just going to rub the cross out in the middle, some of those pencil lines. That's it. And then we're almost done with our star. We make a star. It's a Facebook issue, is it? Oh. Well, thanks for persevering with me. Okay, so we're going to do some folding now. So from each of these points, we're going to score a fold line, so we can fold these back, and then hopefully we'll have a nice looking star pattern, which you can quickly use on bits of white paper, pattern paper, anything really, to create quite a quick card. Okay, so let's fold these sections back. That's it. There. I might, if you don't mind, I might lose this glass mat, because I'm not a big fan of the glass mat. There, I wanted it for those lines, so I do like me rubber mat. It's good for cutting, and it feels nicer as well. So I'm folding all these back, and can you see this nice star that's appearing? That's it. So it's nice. I think it's nice that you can create this yourself. There's no die cuts involved. You know, have a go at creating your own stencil to do this. I've missed out on some of these points. I was rushing. That's it. So make sure you can cut them out or fold them along. Probably easier to cut them out, just to keep it crisp looking. There. There we go. There, I quite like that. I quite like that. So that's going to go on our card blank. So I do want to fit a caption on there. So I'm going to get the old lettering, festive lettering stamps out. So get these, and I've got this Noel set and the house set. And I've got a Christmas, basic, simple Christmas on this set and a wishes on this set. So if you've got both of these, then you're good to go. Or any sort of simple Christmas caption will do. So I've fitted them together, so I've got my Christmas wishes, because these two are a good size, so they work well together. So I'm going to do some heat embossing with this caption. So I'll put some sticky clear ink on there, which is the Versamark, just quite straight, really high in that top left hand corner. That's it. Place that, and I'm going to do that with some gold embossing powder. So I've got this nice fine one, which is Cosmic Shimmer. Got that one. That's it. Tap that off. Set that. Get my gun running to heat up. That's it. So if you use a gun that's quite warm, then it's not going to suck the moisture out of the card while it's heating up, and then the card might warp. So that's hot enough now. Got a bit of powder on the top. So we'll heat set this. On the top there, I like a gold shiny caption. And then what I'm going to do is, let's clear this away. I've got some of this that I've had a while. I haven't really used it much, and I thought, oh, let's get this out. Metallic gilding polish. Is this Cosmic Shimmer as well? No, don't know. Oh yes, it is. Yeah, thought it was. So this is like a sort of a gold, bright gold jelly. It's nice. And what I want to do is dip my finger in it. I'm going to separate this card. And I'm just going to just rub this along the edge of my card. just to gild the edge. So I'm going to, it's predominantly white, this card, but I just want a bit of luxury and just put a gilded edge along it. Doesn't matter if it's thick in places, thinner in other places. I think that just adds to the interest. That's it. Now I might wait and do the, let's get a more defined line across there. I might wait and do that fold once this is dry. So I'll just place that on there to dry. Nice and shiny this is. And then with our nice star, I'm going to go round that as well. The edge of there, same, like so. I like doing it with my finger. That's it. Gild that edge. I suppose you could do it with embossing, heat embossing as well. Just stroke the edge with the ink pad and then sprinkle your gold embossing powder. That might be quite nice because then it'd be the same gold as the caption. This is slightly brighter gold. And then I'm just going to touch the edges of these star fan sticky up pieces. Just this edge, I think, just to make it look opulent. You can do it a lot neater than me. I'm kind of rushing this a little bit. I'm going quick. So on each of these. Hi Jean, hi Noreen, hi Carolyn, Sharon, hi. Thanks for joining me. We're making a cut-out star card. I mean, this will be quite nice for scrapbooking as well in your journal pages once you've got this template. This isn't coming out too neat now. Stick it on there. But you get the idea. I've got a, I use this scrap piece of paper. I might need another one as well. Because what I want to do is I want to make it gold in the middle of this base piece. So this actually comes with a sponge applicator. So I'm going to go in the middle and just rub in some of this gold in the middle section. Oh, this is so lush. This is real Christmas crafting, I think. It's gorgeous. I don't know why I don't use this more often. So I want to do enough so that this shows through. This fills up all the star in those cutout areas. But I don't want any to show past this square matted layer. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Look how gorgeous and shiny that is. I love that. Okay, so then that can sit on there. Now the beauty with this 7-sided shape is that you can have this point being at the top and then the 2 at the bottom. See, when you've got a 5-pointed star, it's good to have it like a human, isn't it? With the head at the top, the 2 arms and the 2 legs. So you can have it that way round, or you could turn it this way and have two points at the top and 1 at the bottom. I don't think it matters. I think it looks great whichever way. Now, because this is, I was thinking of rotating this and placing it on an angle, and I think at one of these angles that the star is actually this one. Look, I'm putting gold everywhere. Don't do this when it's wet. So if I place this one, so the matted layer's on an angle, but the star's still straight, which is quite cool, I think. quite like that. Let me get a wipe. So I'm just putting gold everywhere. Being a bit messy. It might rub off with a rubber. A pencil rubber. I might be able to rub it off. Oh, you like that, Jackie? That gorgeous gold. It dries quite quick. Well, when you do it like this, that's dry already. But when I've got it blobbed round the edge, oh, I was getting there, not quite. So when it's blobby, it takes a while to dry. Let's put that back in there. That's it. I don't like getting in a mess. I'm such a neat crafter, and now I've just got gold contamination everywhere. Oh well. Well, luckily I did one earlier, didn't I? So I might just shove this to one side. You get the idea. Let's get rid of that mess. And as Blue Peter happens, this is one that I prepared earlier. So I've got that one on there with foam pads, that matted layer. And I've done a few gems as well. It's quite nice. This technique's quite nice to use up those odd gems that you have lying around. You know, all you need is one to put in the middle, but I've got a few more that I've placed around the edge. Yeah, it dries quicker than you think. Yeah. This metallic gilding polish. Yeah, so I think it's simple but effective, I think. And once you've got your template in place, you can have some fun with this. You can create all sorts of different options with it. And it's nice to, you know, it's proper handmade card looking card, I think, if that makes sense. You know, people could probably tell that it's hand cut and not a die that you've used. So with this technique then, I'll show you some other options. So I've got this one that I've cut from patterned paper. So this side has got a pattern as well. And I've backed it onto some plain card underneath. So yeah, I've put this on foam pads as well. So it's very similar technique. And I've used the 2 points at the top and the one at the bottom, which gives me slightly more room to put the caption in, I think. So that's that idea. And then if you turn the star the other way round, then you've got a bit more room to put the caption at the bottom. So it could be either way really. I think that's quite effective. And then with this one, I've cut all the way through my card front as well. So I've cut through this glitter paper and folded it, and then I cut it all the way through into the card front as well. So it leaves a different effect, which is quite nice. I like it in the glitter as well. Sometimes I got a bit of stash of glitter, and I don't often use it that much, but just to take a piece and do this with it, I think it looks quite nice. And I've just got a sprinkling of gems down there. That's that one. And then another idea. See, I've had some fun with this, haven't I? Thanks, Noreen. Glad you like it. So this one's from vellum. I've cut this star out of vellum. Vellum's nice. It folds easier. These fan pieces are folding quite nice and flat. And I've just stuck it directly onto some dark patterned paper, so it shows the effect more. And then I've just put the caption on backed with the same patterned paper. So yeah, I quite like that. And I've got these glitter domes that I never use. I don't really use these glitter domes, but they look great in the middle of there. I might just do this more just so I can use up my glitter domes. And then one last idea is I did mention this to Louise Sims when I was planning the Facebook Live, and she gave me this idea. She said, oh, it looks kind of like a poinsettia as well, which I think she's right. So I've kind of gone further with that idea that Louise said and made it look perhaps more like a poinsettia, I hope, anyway. So I've cut, again, I've sort of gone a step further and cut sort of triangles from the gaps in between the points. I've just did it by eye, and then folded this piece back. It looks a bit more like a mandala now, doesn't it? So, and I just wanted to show a bit of green, so it'd be like a leaf perhaps, and this, the poinsettia, would show up. And then I've got these red glitter domes, which I never use. I don't think I see them often in people's crafting either. They're quite big, aren't they? So fantastic. I can use the glitter domes in the middle. This is a top fold card. So I don't often do top fold cards. I know my friend Jackie Jasper always does top fold cards. So I've nicked your idea there as well, Jackie. I've done a top fold. Don't think it needs a caption. I just think it looks okay as it is there. So that's just a quick sort of folded star card, using up that glitter paper as well. Yeah, so I have had some fun. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways. 5 ways of using your heptagon polygon shaped star cutout stencil. So hopefully the geometry lesson was worth it, hopefully. I think so. I can create quick cards now, and you can really bash some of these out if you have a few people to give. Oh yeah, you like the top fold, Jackie. So play around with those circle dies, or if you've got a compass, and have a go. So this is going to end up being a shorter Facebook Live, I suppose. I'm not quite there on the hour, but nevertheless, it was fun. Pleasure to be here, and good to have your company. And, you know, enjoy looking back on this as well if you haven't managed to catch it live. Yeah, so thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.